Good morning, Snipes Academy. It is Wednesday, September 8th. I'm Mr. Yates, and this is Snipes Daily News. All right, everybody, welcome back. It is the middle of the week. Let's go ahead and get into it with some weather. So, as of this recording right now, it's in the 70s, and we have a high today of 87, although it should not rain today, which is a plus. Today, for this day in history, we're going to talk about Richard the Lionheart. So, on this day in history, September 8th, 1157 AD, Richard I, aka Richard the Lionheart, was born. AD means Anno Domini, or in the time of our Lord. Like right now, it is 2021 AD. That's how many years have passed since the birth of Christ. Back to Richard the Lionheart. Despite only having ruled for about 10 years and only spending about 6 months of those years actually in England, Richard the Lionheart is maybe one of the more famous kings to have ruled England since its inception. Richard the Lionheart was most famous for 3 things. The first of which is his namesake. The name Lionheart came from his courage as a battlefield commander. Most kings at the time, if they participated in battle, would participate from the very rear, and would not actually do any fighting themselves. Lionheart was different in this way. He was usually on the very front lines of any battle he partook in, which gave him the name Lionheart. His sigil, or the symbol on the front of his armor, is still used by the British family today. It's 3 golden lions. The second thing he's probably most well known for is that he took part in the Third Crusade, which was an endeavor by the 3 most powerful people in Europe, which would be the King of Germany, the King of France, and the King of England, to go and adventure to the Holy Land of Jerusalem and take it back for the Christians. This campaign was ultimately not a success. They did not take back the capital of Jerusalem from the Arabs. However, they did negotiate a peace to allow Christian pilgrims from Europe to travel to Jerusalem without being harmed, which was kind of a big deal, as Jerusalem is one of the holier sites in Christianity, and making a pilgrimage there was almost impossible for a Christian at the time. The last thing he was known for was his military tactics and prowess. This is sort of related to the first thing, but the first thing is mostly in relation to his courage on the battlefield. This is about his tactics. So he had 2 main military accomplishments. His first military accomplishment actually happened before he was king. He laid siege to and eventually overtook the castle of Trelleborg, which before that it was thought to be impregnable, meaning it couldn't be taken. But he did take it, and that was the sort of first major accomplishment. His second actually happened during that crusade I mentioned. He defeated the Egyptian emperor named Saladin, which was also a major military accomplishment. So despite spending gobs of money on foreign wars and only having been in England for 6 months of his entire reign, Richard I, aka Richard the Lionheart, is still known as the Good King, mostly because of the folks he left in charge when he went on his crusades and his campaigns in France. The England was run very well while he was gone, and so the English had this perception of King Richard the Lionheart as being a very good king. And so he's remembered throughout history as that. Now let's move on to birthdays. Today, September 8th, we have 2 birthdays. The first is Asher Bailey, and the second is Kennedy Tillman. So if you see either of those folks in the hallway, make sure you wish them a very happy birthday. And that about does it for us today, guys. So I hope you all work very hard, learn as much as you can, and I will see you here tomorrow. This is Snipes Daily News.